This video is brought to you by WaySafe Trailer Hitches.
Before we start today's Cybertruck towing video, I want to give you a little bit of context. We wanted to see if a Cybertruck can tow across town because we've proved it's not great across country. So the plan was to go and pick up a scissor lift and bring it back to the ranch. Unfortunately, things went a little haywire when we stopped for lunch and we damaged the Cybertruck accidentally, and we want to show that to you so that you don't do the same thing if you own one or if you borrow one from a friend.
Well, we've got a real world situation. You see, we got to go pick up this scissor lift in Denver. Now, from our location here in Boulder to Denver is about 35 miles, of course not towing. And then we're gonna pick up our trailer all in with the scissor lift. It'll be about 7,000 pounds. We're towing from Denver up to the ranch, which is about 55 miles, and then back down to Boulder, which is another 23 miles or so.
So what's the total?
The total, Cole, is 113 miles. I already forgot.
And the truck has about 277 miles, or about 87% of the battery when we're starting out here in Boulder. So theoretically, what's your bet on how much power we'll have when we get back to this very location, Tommy?
I think we're gonna use 50% battery. So I think we're gonna come back here with 37% charge.
All right, I'm gonna go with 25%.
Okay, back here with 25%.
Yeah, back here with 25%. Or alternatively, no power will be a Buc-ee's filling up again.
All right, well, let's go hit the road, go pick up this scissor lift, and we'll see what our consumption is like.
Why are we getting a scissor lift?
We need it at the ranch for something, so we're gonna go down to Denver and then head up to the ranch.
He's having a wedding party.
Yes, I need to hang disco balls.
He needs to hang disco balls.
Which is like the most Cybertruck reason to tow something in the world is for
Let's
disco
just go,
balls.
come on.
So look, the world of towing is big and vast and complex, and there's a lot of different loads that have a big impact on range. So last time when we towed with the Cybertruck against the Cummins, it was a very large travel trailer, super unaerodynamic, and that is like the worst case EV towing situation. What we're doing today really doesn't weigh that much different, but it is much more aerodynamic. So we're gonna see if that has an impact on real world consumption.
Yeah, we had this big brick into the wind with those box trailers, toy haulers. And so it wasn't the weight that hurt, it was the fact that we were, just really pushing a brick into the wind. He's letting you go. Because we're in a Cybertruck, Tommy.
Moving a lot of wind, yeah. So today the scissor lift is gonna be much more narrow, it's gonna be much more low profile, and it's a pretty big trailer. I think it's like a 25 foot trailer, but it should be nice and low to the ground.
Yes, but I think it's going to rain.
Yeah, that has a little impact, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Well, we shall see. Well, we made it here to my friend Alan's company, Denver East Machinery Company. They rent and they sell both heavy and light machinery, so let's see how much power we use. Tommy, how much power did we use?
Yeah, so we've driven 35 miles, just like we had predicted. We used 12 kilowatt hours, averaging 336 watt hours per mile. And you can see we used 10% of the battery, so we're at 77%, 245 miles remaining. So we're doing really well. We're meeting the estimate quite nicely. But now we're gonna hook up to the trailer here at Denver East Machinery, load up the scissor lift, and then hit the road.
Hey Cole, come on over here. I think I see your scissor lift. Hey guys. How you doing? Do you know how much this bad boy weighs?
We're looking at 3,200 pounds.
3,200, that's a lot for something that small.
That's small, yeah.
That is a lot. And how much is the trailer?
Trailer, let's put it around 2,500 about.
All right, so we're at about 6,000, Tommy.
Today we are running our WaySafe hitch, really cool, high quality unit, super lightweight. This one, 2-inch, 12,500 pound max gross trailer weight. So we're gonna be well underneath that. And yeah, what's really cool about these is you can actually see your tongue weight.
The Cybertruck has this pretty cool feature where it lets you actually do a trailer light test to see if you're hooked up right. So I guess it should be doing it. It should be doing a trailer light test.
We're all set.
So apparently scissor lifts don't like going up hills.
Yeah, so Luis was saying that when they first entered this trailer, they couldn't get it up this ramp. So then they stuck the winch on it, and now we're gonna winch it up, basically.
Is a scissor lift front wheel drive or rear wheel drive? Or does it matter?
I think they're front wheel drive.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a while since we used one, but I'm pretty sure they're front wheel drive. that went really well.
Hey,
This
Tommy,
is why Andre is always in charge of anything to do with chains.
can I suggest ratcheting the other way?
Yes, thank you for that tip. That was a great tip. All right. Is that looking better, Luis? Just yell.
Oh, wait, you're wrapping it up on the...
So if you come to Denver East Machinery, even if you're an idiot like us and don't know how to strap down the smallest piece of heavy equipment in the industry, Luis will be here to give you a helping hand.
All right.
That was quite embarrassing there, Dad.
That was, but you know what? I love these skid steers.
Yeah, look what they have here.
I know, look.
So
you know
they do...
You know what's cool? These little stand behind ones.
Yeah, these are awesome.
Yeah.
So they do both rentals and sales and repair of all your machinery. This is actually where we bought our skid steer.
Yeah.
And my dad keeps breaking it, and they keep fixing it.
Yeah, because I break things a lot. Well, actually, Nathan break things, but I would love one of these guys. You know?
Why would you want
Because
that
it's just
thing?
so cool, the standing here and just controlling it.
It's way cooler sitting in it, though.
It is, yeah.
You know, we need this guy. This is the machine.
Well, that's what we have, except you want the tread.
Check that out. This is a small tank right there. You know what this is called?
What?
The Cat 259D.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it says right there.
You know what makes it special?
What?
It's yellow.
Yeah.
It has a windshield wiper.
It's 2-speed high flow. Wow. And you can get it right there. See, right there. And ask my friend Alan. He'll take care of it.
Sweet.
Seriously, he's a great guy.
All right, so we're gonna go towing here, Dad. So trailer mode is on. We've got the trailer brake gain set to 4, and what we can do is if I accelerate away from the stop sign, we can test our trailer brakes, and I can actually move the scroll wheel to the right to dab the brakes. Feels like we got brakes going. We've got adaptive regen going. That's going to increase the regen braking to provide more stopping power. So what's the load weight we're towing, Dad? It's like 6,000 or 7,000 pounds, right?
It's like 6,000 pounds. And how about cameras? Do we have cameras?
Yeah, we got cameras.
So let's see the cameras. Come on. So that's in front.
There's
That's
our
actually,
rear.
that's pretty good. I mean, you can see when you make this turn whether you're going to go, you know, and actually hit the curb or whether you're going to make a clean turn. And it looks like you're going to make a clean turn there. That's actually very useful.
These mirrors suck for towing, though.
Well, that's because these mirrors suck for towing, Tommy, because they're triangles.
Who thought it was a good idea to make a truck that tows 11,000 pounds with triangular mirrors?
But you do have side view cameras.
Yeah, those are cool. I do appreciate that. But the mirrors really are not good for this kind of thing. The other weird part, too, is the steering radius, the turning circle, is so tight. You have to be especially careful with the trailer that you don't go clipping curbs because it's so easy to make a tight turn with this four-wheel steering. But it feels good. One thing which is a little interesting is because it's a unibody design,
Yes?
you get a lot of hitch noise that's kind of reverberated throughout the cabin. So in a typical truck, body on frame, right, the cab is just bolted to the frame. There's a certain level of isolation in the noise that the trailer makes. In the Cybertruck, you definitely get a lot of kind of creaks and groans. It's not a bad thing. It's just something that you have to get used to.
Yeah, I think towing any trailer in any truck, you're going to get that, Tommy. I'm not sure that's unique to the unibody design of this thing.
So we went ahead and reset trip B so we can compare efficiency. Now we have about 60 miles to get up to the ranch. Depending on traffic, it might reroute us a little bit, but we're at 76%. Let's see what we get up to on the highway, and we'll talk about what it tows at high speeds.
All right, here we go. All right, so here's how we damaged the truck. Instead of just getting on the highway and driving to the ranch, we decided to stop and get some lunch. And there was a dirt parking lot that we parked the Cybertruck in, grabbed a burger, and came back. And Tommy unwittingly turned the truck around using full steer. In other words, because the Cybertruck has steer-by-wire, he turned the steering wheel full, which also means that the rear wheels steer, which then creates a situation, well, that causes damage to the Cybertruck because the truck steers at such an extreme angle that it actually ran itself into the back of the trailer.
Well, I made a critical mistake, so I went full lock on the Cybertruck, and it was my fault, but the steering radius is so tight that the bumper clipped the spare tire and put a good little dent in there.
Yeah, why don't you show them?
Okay.
I'll tell you when to stop so we don't do it again. Maybe a smart move when towing with the Cybertruck is to turn rear.
You can't.
Why do you mean you can't?
You can't turn it off.
You can turn it off.
You can only turn it off in off-road mode.
Oh, all right. Well, why don't you show them? So if you guys have a Cybertruck and you have a trailer with a tire mounted on the side, open your window, yeah, so you know when to stop. Okay, keep turning, go slow. Go slow. Go slow. Keep going. Harder. You didn't clip the tire, Tommy. You clipped the trailer. Keep going. Keep going. Keep turning. Keep going. We're getting close. Keep going. 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 Stop right there. So that is enough to actually push on the bumper and dent it. It is a truck after all, though. So for all of you people out there who are not using it as a truck, this is what happens when you use a truck as a truck. It starts to look like a truck. And I'm good with that, Tommy.
All right.
These things happen. Hey, look, this is why we bought it. We didn't buy it to drive around like Rodeo Drive and Rapid and, show up to, I don't know, some fancy Italian restaurant in our Cybertruck, right? We bought it to actually see if it works as a truck. And that's a thing that we figured out, that it has such a tight turning circle that it will damage the bumper. This is also something to keep in mind if you're backing up a trailer.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's very common to jackknife a trailer backing up, but I'm not used to having such a tight turning circle that I was just being stupid.
No, you're not.
Went
Just
full
don't worry
lock.
about it, Tommy. You don't worry about it. You're feeling bad about it. It's okay. Like I said, this is what trucks are for.
I know.
And this is why we buy vehicles, so we could do long-term reviews. Obviously, we don't like to break them, but this wasn't on purpose. This wasn't doing something stupid like jumping it over. Well, I'll leave that be. But you know what I mean? It was exactly what we buy the trucks for, so that we learn, so that you guys out there, don't have to have the same kind of bumper damage, because now you know.
One thing I do agree with you, which would be cool, is if you could turn rear wheel steer off, like in tow mode.
Yeah.
Like you can in the off-road mode.
Yeah.
I think that would be very cool. And it would also be cool if there'd be a way to program a slightly slower steering ratio into this truck when you're towing, because it's a little twitchy on the highway with the steer-by-wire.
Well, I think turning rear wheel steering off when you're towing would be especially helpful when you're backing up a trailer.
Yeah, for sure.
Because now you basically have way too much turn and too much input, and really, it makes backing up a trailer much, much harder. And it's already very difficult and very daunting for many people, to back up a trailer, because it's counterintuitive, and now it's even more twitchy. All right, so we do these drag races with these trucks, but part of it is to find out just this instant floor time, and let's see how fast it gets up to speed. Oh, that is quick.
Yeah.
Oh, that is fast, yeah. I mean, you want to merge onto traffic and not cause an accident, and with this, you feel like you have the control to do so. Am I right with that?
Yeah, power is awesome. This is the dual motor Cybertruck. There's also the tri-motor setup, which is in the Cyber Beast, that has that 850 horsepower. But even the dual motor has tons of power and tons of torque to get you up to speed. And now that we're at speed, actually, you can use adaptive cruise control while towing, and it does work fairly well overall, I would say. And it's a very comfortable highway cruiser. It's funny, the Cybertruck gets a ton of attention, although there's enough of them in Colorado now where it's starting to wane a little in popularity with people taking pictures. But the second you hook up a trailer, that attention's right back, because people are so surprised to see it towing anything, especially something a little bit odd like a piece of construction equipment. People are really, really interested in it. But it works really well as a tow rig, and so far, our range is actually looking pretty good. Let's go to our efficiency page here. Trips. Okay, so we've gone 22 miles so far. We're using 618 watt hours per mile.
And Tesla does it backwards.
Yeah, most of the manufacturers do kilowatt hours, miles per kilowatt hour.
Yeah, and they do it backwards, and it's hard to calculate, for me at least.
What's interesting is the trip planner, when we left, said we were going to be at the ranch with 50%, and it's still predicting around 50% at the ranch. So it seems like it's calculated for a load quite nicely.
$138 miles, 44% of the battery.
So
Yeah.
we made it here with a few percent under what I predicted, but let's see what we averaged. Trips, towing, we averaged 680 watt hours per mile. We used 38 kilowatt hours to go 56 miles. So here we can figure out what our miles per kilowatt hour is. Dad, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
56 miles divided by 38 kilowatt hours, 1.47 miles per kilowatt hour.
That's actually really good for towing.
Yeah, that's not bad. So I think what we proved again is that the aerodynamic profile of what you're towing has a bigger effect than the overall weight.
Yeah, agreed.
So here we can actually even do some more math, Dad.
You can do more math. I'm not good at math.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Do more math.
So let's say the battery was completely charged.
Right.
It has 124 kilowatt hours or thereabouts usable. 124 by 1.47 miles per kilowatt hour. So with this load,
Yeah.
we could do about 182 miles.
But the question is, will I be right or will you be right when we get back to the office?
I'm feeling pretty close.
All right.
I think we're going to be pretty close to my
All right,
estimate.
well, let's unload.
All right, let's hit it.
Here's the thing. A new Cybertruck rear bumper on eBay, $2,000. That's for the OEM. Banging it out with a rubber mallet, that's free, and it sort of works. I think maybe a little bit of heat. And a little bit more banging, and it's as good as new. And it's as good as, one more time. Maybe a little heat and a little bit more banging, and that's going to be as good as new. Now, don't remember that when we go to sell this thing. So the question, Tommy, is do you know how to drive a scissor lift?
Not really.
Well, that's what we hooked up the winch for. Climb on in. You want a hard hat?
It's got no power. New question, how do we operate the scissor lift?
Well, I think it's time to call Alan.
We're back at the ranch, we got the scissor lift, it all went well, it's going super great, except I realized I never asked Luis how to turn the damn thing on. Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Yep,
Do you see that?
Yep, I sure do.
So there's this switch there. There's like 2 arrows or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I see that, so,
Have it clicked over to the drive function, or it won't drive.
gotcha. Ah! We got it. Thanks, dude. You're awesome. I figured it out. Okay, sounds good. We'll
Hey,
keep
Alan,
it
quick
flat.
question. If somebody wants to buy this, how much is it?
I think it's like $8,000.
There you go, 8,000 if you guys want it out there. But check on the website just to be sure.
I am the king of the world. It has stopped working. Why has that happened?
That's an awkward place for it to stop.
Oh, it's back. Oh!
See if you can steer it now. Oh, that way,
Oh, God.
that way.
I know, I'm working
Tommy,
on
you're
it.
going the wrong way. Things have gone awry here at Tumbleweed Ranch. That way, in the barn.
We'll go right.
In the barn. Can you turn it?
Yeah, I'm turning.
No, that way. There you go. Don't hit your car.
I need some work in the operation here, Dad.
All right.
All right, now I gotta switch the modes.
It seems to do a lot of beeping. Look at that. Wow. You know, we had a ladder.
This
Right?
thing's awesome.
I mean, we had that ladder that probably would have been long enough.
Yeah, but this is way cooler and way more dangerous.
Yes, and it wouldn't have damaged the truck if we had used a ladder.
It's stuck, hang on.
Oh. All right, Cole, let's go. Come on, call it a day. He'll figure it out. See you, Tommy. Oh, Tommy, we're almost back, and look at the number up there.
38.
So all it needs to do is fall down 1 more %,
And I'll have nailed it.
and you'll have nailed it. But I think the more important point here is that even though the last video we did, we showed that like towing across country in a Cybertruck is probably not ideal, but actually towing around town, I feel like no big whoop.
So you can see here, across the whole trip, both towing and not towing, we went 113 miles so far. That'll probably be like 115 by the time we get to the office. We use 56 kilowatt hours, so roughly half the battery and over the whole trip we averaged 496 watt-hours per mile.
Yeah, and like you said, it's all about aerodynamics.
So basically 2 miles per kilowatt hour. Yeah, it was good. I mean, we did a lot of in the car driving today. I think we left the office about 12:30 and now it's almost 5:30. So about 5 hours because we were stuck in real world Friday afternoon traffic.
Yeah, I'm going to help you, okay? Hold on here. I'm going to slow...
You could do a acceleration.
I'm going to slow down just a little bit. Hopefully this Jeep won't mind.
That's okay. You don't have to do that, Dad.
Okay,
Go.
There we go! Oh, we just worked the speed limit. Oh, it didn't help you. Look, it's still 38. I'm trying to get it down. I'm out of it at 25%, right?
Yeah. So I think I came pretty close. So basically we used half the battery pack today to go 113 miles, which is about what I was expecting. So if you are not towing long distance, there's a good shot that you'll be fine just towing locally.
What the heck? How come it's so tall?
Oh, it must be in medium height
Why
still.
are we in this height, Tommy?
Bring it on down. So here's, I think, what we learned. The truck is a very capable tow truck as long as you're not towing big trailers long distances. Not a ton of big news there, but it was good to see that the towing calculator was closer than we've seen it in the past. And the handling and dynamics were really pretty good overall.
And for some reason, we were in high off-road mode.
I don't know why it jumped up when we parked there.
But look, the cool thing is we're using it as a truck, right? We're not driving it to Spago or some other fancy restaurants and, either showing off, that we have the Cybertruck or showing off that, we're green and, one more time. Second time, okay? Look, the good news is that we're using it as a truck, Tommy. We're not like, cruising to dinner in it, but we're just towing stuff with it and using it as an everyday truck. And I think for that, it's better than people give it credit for because there's a lot of people who don't use it as a truck.
Well, folks, let us know what you think in the comment section below. Let us know your feedback and head over to alltfl.com for the latest and greatest new truck reviews and tflstuff.com if you want to check out our brand new t-shirts, which are looking very cool.
And by the way, Andre wants to get like caps for this because there's a little bit of rust right there.
Yeah, because it looks terrible.
I kind of like it.
I hate it.
Really?
$100,000 truck and they don't give you hubcaps.
They'll send them to us, but
just like they'll send us our full self-driving.
I mean, it looks like it's being used.
It looks like a 1927 car in the Great Depression whose hubcap fell off.
All right, let us know in the comments. You want caps or should I live without the caps?